My name is Moon Petrie. If there are funny noises, it's because my baby is nursing, and I have been doing my best to keep reading and keep my kids reading during the coronavirus pandemic. Obviously, we're all stressed out right now, and most of us are feeling pretty trapped with whoever we are trapped with. I told my mother the other day, I think everyone right now is probably either arguing or ignoring each other. We have just been issued a stay-at-home order in Vermont that went into effect yesterday afternoon. But the library has been closed, the schools have been closed for over a week now. But books are just kind of the most important thing to a lot of us, and a fantastic way to keep some sort of grip on one's sanity. And so I've been trying really hard to read in a variety of ways and to keep accessing new things, because while old things can be a comfort, right now that line between the before and the after is so stark that things from before are not necessarily bringing me the same kind of comfort one might think they would. So, fresh new things without any sort of familiar associations are what I'm reaching for right now. First, for kids, there are a ton of amazing resources on YouTube and other places on the internet. So, Storyline Online is a fantastic YouTube channel that has celebrities reading children's books. Even if you are not a child and do not have a child, do not miss David Harbour reading Snapsy the Alligator Did Not Ask to Be in This Book, which is a fantastic book, and David Harbour is amazing and just does such a fun rendition of this story. There are lots and lots of other books, and it ranges from more classics to really fun, recent, snarky things like Snapsy the Alligator. So definitely worth a look. Storyline Online. There's a YouTuber named John Jimerson who my kids love. He's an actor and a dad and reads lots of kids' books, including some of the Junie B. Jones books and other early chapter books, as well as a bunch of really fun picture books. The book with no pictures is probably their favorite, though. It's, you'll be relieved to not have to read it yourself, because whoever reads it to a child has to make a complete fool of themselves. And it is great to see someone who is just naturally really fun and goofy do that. So, John Jimerson. Not on YouTube, elsewhere on the web, there's something called Storynori, which I discovered many years ago when my senior, who is now missing the tail end of his senior year, was little. Storynori has both amazing original stories, like the Prince Bertie the Frog stories about a prince who was turned into a frog by a wicked queen, obviously. Stories from when he was a human prince, and stories about now that he's a frog. And they have a variety of other series as well. Astropup, which my very conceptual and not word-oriented 5-year-old calls Space Dog. TikTok Turkey, if you're into time travel. And other fun original stories. But there are also classics and fairy tales and mythology. Again, even if you are an adult, you may find some stuff that you really like there, including some Sherlock Holmes and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So, storynori.com. I have also been getting audiobooks for my kids using the library app Libby. Now, you will need help from a librarian if you have never done this before, but librarians are amazing people who, in many libraries, are still working, albeit in a different way. I had not created a Libby account, but was able to get hold of a librarian at my local library. You need to use your library card number, and then a librarian can give you a password to use with it, and then you can access your library, group of libraries, digital stockpile of ebooks and audiobooks. So my kids have been enjoying the Fancy Nancy books, which are amazing for vocabulary, the fancy word for everything, but have also discovered the most amazing thing. This completely made my day today. The audiobook of How to Train Your Dragon was read by David Tennant. So that is just so spectacular. They're listening to that now. I have also been downloading ebooks that way to read because free is great. And I have strangely differing tastes generally in visual and print media. And so, although I mostly read YA, I read a ton of fantasy, some science fiction. I do occasionally read mysteries and thrillers. In television, I love things about serial killers, not true crime, fictional things about serial killers. So I love the show Dexter, and how did I not know that it was based on a series of books? I have gobbled up the first two already. So ebooks that way, instantaneous, free, no hassle. So check with your librarian about Libby. Also check with your library to see if there are ways to access books through them. So my library is offering that people can request books. They're there a couple hours, 3 days a week, to take requests and bag up books and leave them outside for pickup. They are then taking returns, quarantining them for a week, and then disinfecting them before they go into circulation. So things are a little bit harder to come by. There are some wait times for recent things, but the librarians are busting their butts trying to make sure that the rest of us don't go crazy without any reading material. So check with your library and see what they are doing, because I am sure they are trying to make sure that you can have books. Finally, there are other humans, and even if you don't want to come into actual contact with them, there are ways to share things still. In my area, we have something called Front Porch Forum, but a lot of other neighborhoods have forums where people can post something. Based on where I live, it's like bear sightings. But there are tons of people posting amazing, helpful stuff right now. And one possibility is to reach out asking if anyone has certain books to borrow. You can then avoid humans by dropping or picking up from porches, or creating a dead drop at a clever hiding spot and pretending to be a secret agent. So what are you doing to keep yourself in reading material right now? And what are you enjoying reading? I'm sure there are some people who can't help themselves and have started rereading Stephen King's The Stand, but I can't quite bring myself to do that. I did see that Outbreak, that fantastic 90s epidemic movie, is one of the most popular things on Netflix right now. Whew. So let me know in the comments below what you're reading and how you have gotten hold of it to read. Or maybe you just have a ton of stuff on your physical TBR shelf and are all set. Until next time. I am Moon Petrie. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy.